everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Listen, we're going to talk about what's going on with meat and poultry and the outlook of those two things that are clouded by inflation, by drought. Okay? Now, there are three macro themes that are dominating the market for meat and for poultry products, okay? Lower production despite high demand, and improved labor situation, and the indirect impact of the invasion. Now, demand has been strong domestically as well as in the export markets, okay? So, if you go back to the start of the pandemic, I don't know that you could describe demand as anything other than exceptional. And that was said by Adam Stout. And he is the risk management consultant with a Kansas City based company called StoneX Financial Incorporated. Now, he said this during a June 6th presentation at the Sosland Purchasing Seminar, and he also said that demand has been great for all of these products. And he's right. When we go shopping, food shopping, okay, whether it's for our regular grocery shopping or for our prep shopping, we always go right to buying meats, okay, because either we're pressure canning, using our food saver machines for our meats and things like that, because we're all looking for ways to preserve meats for our families. Yes? So, unexpectedly, the U.S. economy saw spikes in income levels. And that was because of what? The stimulus checks, right? So, he said the cash on hand by the U.S. consumer was unlike anything we've ever seen. And that was because a lot of people took those stimulus checks and they bought food, right? Now, when the U.S. consumer has money, they're going to spend it, correct? They're going to spend it at restaurants. They're going to spend it at the grocery store. And judging by performance of some of these protein products like meat, chicken, turkey, ham, or any other pork product, whatever the case may be, they're going to spend it at the meat department. Now, despite extra currency in the market, a strain has been the pricing, the retail pricing. Now, this man, okay, has pointed out that retail pricing in all of the protein categories is near record highs. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again, record highs in 40 years. Okay? Now, beef prices, they have increased by at least 15%, and it's in large part due to domestic demand. So, he is also attributing higher cost as one of the many results of the ongoing invasion. So, he said, we don't deal a lot in the protein markets in either Russia or Ukraine. But the indirect impact is significant. The concern is, are we going to continue to see demand? Well, in my opinion, if the prices keep rising like they are, no, you're not going to see as much demand, because people are going to get their protein elsewhere, like beans, like peanut butter, Okay, let's go. If you want to go down the list of other ways of having protein, we can. Okay, but no, you're not going to see the demand with the way the prices are going, because I mean, unless you don't mind going for the cheaper end of the, like the chicken, the cheaper end of the pork, the cheaper end of the steak or beef or whatever, okay, then no, you're not going to see as much demand. So, after the highest protein export shipments in 2021, the industry has seen this year's meat exports are already running at a very slow, like a slower pace. Well, of course, because no one can afford it anymore. And he's, suggesting that the beginning of a decline is in demand. Now, as for keeping domestic demand alive, okay, he sees retailers using product promotions to keep products moving. Well, that's fine and dandy and all, but what kind of promotions are we talking here? Buy one, get one? Now, you can't do buy one, get one half off. How about buy one, get one free? But if you do the buy one, get one free, you can't do buy one whole chicken, get the other one free, but charge double what you would normally charge for a whole chicken. You know what I'm saying? You can't charge $20 for a whole chicken and then say, well, now you get the other one for free, when a whole chicken generally costs anywhere, depending on the size, $5 to $8, and charge $20 for that same one when it's generally $5 to $8 to begin with. You see what I'm saying? So, as a sign that products may be beginning to get backed up, he gave an anecdote of how the grocery chain Hy-Vee, I know a lot of you guys shop at Hy-Vee, promoted the availability of a side of beef for, get this, $1,300. Well, hold up, back up, $1,300. Okay, that's a significant amount of money, but a side of beef. Okay, well, how big is this side of beef? Are you talking like literally a half a cow? Okay, then I'll take that and I'll raise you one. Okay, because you can't say a side of beef. Okay, well, how big? How many poundage are we talking here? And then he said, that is the one area where I do think that we could start to see some improvements on the domestic demand offsetting some of these other inflationary pressures, is if these retailers start cutting into some of those margins and start featuring products. Okay, well, like I know, okay, like one of the bigger grocery chains around here is called Winn-Dixie. Okay. And what they'll do is they'll say, okay, if you buy this product, then you get this, that, and this for free. And they'll generally do like blah, 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 what's it called? Like chicken cutlets, or, like chicken fingers or something like that. You get the biggest bag of chicken fingers, and then you'll get like a thing of ice cream, a thing of French fries, and like a 2 liter of some kind of soda for free. Okay, well, that's a really great deal. But, because that's, like a good family dinner, for you and the kids or whatnot, but $1,300 for a side of beef. Mud on a me, but while the labor situation recently has been one of the biggest challenges facing all industries, including the meat and the poultry processing, okay, the widespread drought conditions are having the biggest impact on the food industry currently. Without the labor deal, where it really focuses our attention is on one of the biggest problems right now for cattle and beef, and the long-term projections in that market, which is going to be the drought. Basically, all areas west of the Missouri River, okay, have been significantly impacted by drought. And that's leading to a couple of things, which, you know, partly, but largely, rather, just continuing the trend of contraction, mom brain, within the industry. Now, non-dairy cow slaughter rates are at the highest they've been since the last drought about a decade ago, leading to a reduction in overall herd size. Now, heifer numbers, they're running about 32% compared to the usual 28%. With this trend, okay, supply issues to surface by the fourth quarter of 2022. Now, although the summer grilling season tends to be a signal for high pork demand, okay, I'm talking not just pork chops, I'm talking hot dogs, I'm talking sausage links, okay, I'm talking stuff like that, ribs, right on. Purchases at food service and grocery retail are lower than anticipated, okay, and this is due to the impact of inflation on consumption. Now, hog slaughter volume is also declining about 5%, which reduced hog numbers and limited expansion, while margins are the highest they've been for the past decade. The concern on the industry side is just a lack of expansion. After the onset of the African swine fever, if you remember that, which first began appearing in 2018, China has been working to compensate for the loss of the hog production. There has been an explosion of commercial processing in the form of hog hotels. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, where each level serves a different function of production. And at this point, China's production numbers have exceeded goals set to recover from the African swine fever. So, and then you have the poultry segment and the bird flu, okay, which attributed highly pathogenic, like the avian influenza, as the leading denominator. It's been estimated 35 million to 37 million birds lost to date as the direct result of this disease. Now, one concern is the significant turkey loss, okay, of 5 million to 5.5 million. It could be because of the influenza. It's also because of the fires, right on, which is even more critical when considering the declining stocks in cold storage. So, it didn't come at a good time in the industry. If you look back and look at where we're at from a freezer inventory standpoint, turkey stocks were already running very low, down basically all year round. Then there was this, the case dating back to the Rona. And considering broilers account for 90% of the poultry production, they have the biggest impact on the sector. While the loss of the broilers is about half that of the turkeys, it's extremely significant. And it's estimated that 800 million broilers are slaughtered every single month compared to 20 million turkeys. And it's a lot. But also take into consideration all of the farms, the chicken farms, the turkey farms, the egg farms, all of these farms, the hog farms, right here in the U.S. that were burnt to the ground. So, there's that too. Can't forget about any of that. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.